things. I am currently sitting in traffic. I am driving to go do some volunteer work, but I was just thinking about where I'm at in life right now. So, as some of you probably know by this point, my mother transitioned last week. It was actually 7 days ago from today, and I don't know if it's because of the fact that my dad has already transitioned a few years prior, or I'm just trusting divine guidance and divine order, to be honest. I just feel very called to operate at a different capacity this go round and really show up. I talked about this a little bit on an Instagram post I made earlier today, but I feel like when my dad transitioned, I became a recluse and I just completely X myself out of the world. I went into hibernation mode, okay, and I rebirthed and came back a completely new person. This go round, I feel like I have so many dreams and aspirations and visions for myself in terms of my career, in terms of just my evolution as a young woman and how I want to show up in the world and how I want my contribution to society to be received. And so I feel that this go round with my mother transitioning, it's much more about showing up. Show up. Whether you feel like it or not, show up. And so when I was looking at my content, I talked about this a little bit in my video yesterday, but when I was looking at my content, I wasn't thinking so much about, I didn't feel so much like, oh, I need to get rid of this, or oh, I need to reevaluate this. I think more than anything, I just need to continue to be intentional, but I need to show up. And I feel like y'all don't have a full understanding of all that I am. And what I mean by that is my career, right? What I'm passionate about. I think, I don't know, I got so deep into my healing journey that for such a long time, healing was the only thing that I was focusing on. And I still, obviously, I have a career and things of that nature, but I haven't been putting it on display as much as I really should. And I want to be really intentional about that because I know that I'm planting these seeds of what is going to come for, how I am perceived in the professional world and the type of projects that I get to hold up, child. Anyway, I was saying the type of projects that I get the opportunities to work on and just the type of work that I get to do. I feel like working in social media is such a vast term that can mean so many things, but ultimately what I really, really love to do and what I'm really passionate about is visual storytelling and really utilizing social media to tell a story. I love to help brands tell their story and really figure out what it is that you're passionate about, what it is that makes you tick, and how you're contributing to society in a meaningful way. So I was thinking earlier about, I was watching the Nike Women's History Month commercial, right? And Nike does such an amazing job at creating these advertisements where they play on your heartstrings because they tell you a story, whether it's a story about a little girl that's from a village in another country and how she's able to make something for herself and she's able to build this career and then realize her dreams, or just the challenges that people have to overcome. Or this commercial with the Women's History Month was about how women are counted out and how women are not supposed to be quote unquote emotionally upset or things of that nature. We're always supposed to keep it cute and keep it real, light and feminine and everything else. I'm just excited to see what the future has in store for my career, and I want to be really intentional about sharing exactly what it is that I do. And so that's why I've been sharing a lot of this beauty and brains content. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. Sharing beauty and brains content, which showcases me sharing my thoughts on beauty brands or on different campaigns or things that I'm really passionate about, and just showcasing my level of expertise in the industry, but still doing it in a meaningful way, right? Still doing it in a way that adds value and in a way that makes a difference. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm working to really navigate through, is making sure that my contribution to society adds value. So yeah, I guess I really just wanted to turn on my camera as I'm driving on the highway, which is not responsible, to just say hello and just I guess reintroduce myself to y'all and figure out what's next. I feel like when you're experiencing grief and you go through, you know, the transition of a parent and the transition of a loved one, it really like shakes up your world and makes you reevaluate everything. And so I just want to be really intentional about the fact that I don't lose myself this go round, because I'm building something beautiful, and I know the community we're building is beautiful. And so I just want to make sure that I don't lose myself in the process, you know, and just be able to show up in the fullness of who I am and be able to add value and be able to feel like I can talk about, you know, this campaign that I really enjoyed, or I can talk about this brand that I really admire because of their core values or because of their ethics and things of that nature, and not feel like because I'm not directly talking about healing in that specific post that's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think I just really want everywhere that I show up, whether it's here on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's in real life, whether it's TikTok, whatever, like for you to get the true essence of who I am. I'm a young Black woman who is growing and evolving and experiencing real life transitions at a very young age, and navigating my healing journey, navigating, you know, being intentional with what I feed my body temple, my mind, spirit, like the types of foods that I consume, and the life practices that I have to live a holistically well life. And but yeah, just being intentional about the way that I show up, and just feeling confident that I can show up in all facets of me, and that it doesn't need to fit into a box or be a certain way for it to be acceptable, and that I can just be me, and that I can embrace the different colors that I'm made up of, right? Embrace the different pieces that make me, and just show up and know that it'll be well received, and also still be able to be a professional and have that level of appreciation and admiration for my expertise as I am actively growing my online presence for my career. So hopefully that makes sense. This was a little car rant. It just came to me, and part of me being intentional means that a lot of times when I would think stuff like this, I will record it in a voice memo while I'm driving, or if I wasn't driving, like I will write it down, or I would start brainstorming like, okay, how can I tell this story? But I think for stuff like this, I just gotta say it. Hi, my name is Kyra. I am 25. I work in social marketing, and I really like sharing my thoughts on the internet and sharing my life and sharing my healing journey. And I'm just excited for, you know, what the future has in store. So instead of, you know, going into some long drawn out planning about how to say that, I could just say it, right? So here I am saying it and showing up. So I'm just really enjoying this new chapter. I hope that this really resonates with y'all, and that this energy resonates, because I'm really just feeling really good. And I'm excited to see, like I said, what the future has in store. So that's that. I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but I am getting ready to make my way to my volunteer session, which I'm super excited about. I just think there's something so beautiful about pouring into the community and helping other young women who may be going through a similar experience, or just like being able to be a light, because you just never know what it is that people are going through. So just being able to be a light and be that light in the darkness for them is something that's so beautiful, and I definitely don't take it for granted. So that is that's what I got going on today. So yeah, I'm gonna end this here. If you are not subscribed, definitely subscribe. Don't forget, oh, my phone is ringing. Don't forget to tap in, hang out, follow me on Instagram if you want to see my thoughts on some brands I'm loving and things I'm enjoying. And yeah, I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.